Hi guys, today I'm going to kick off a new little mini series here on the Freedom channel and I'm going to call it Freedom for Fall. I can't resist the alliteration. I know that here in England it's autumn, but it's fall. It's just such a nice word, plus you know. Today's video is going to be lipsticks because they are my favourite, and if I had to choose, if I had to narrow it down, it was always going to be lipsticks. I'm wearing one of them right now. And I've chosen 5. It was originally going to be 5 Freedom favourites for fall, and I thought it was a little bit much. So it's going to be Freedom for fall, and a couple of the collections, or a couple of categories, I couldn't quite narrow it down to just 5. But today I've been pretty good. So let's kick off with my 5. The first one is red. It's not actually what I'm wearing right now, bizarrely. That's the next one, or even the next one after that. We'll get to that. And I don't have the specific names to tell you offhand because all of my tubes just have numbers, but I will throw them up on the screen as we go along. This is Pro Red 108, and it is kind of a bright red, but it's got a slight depth to it. There are definitely brighter ones in the collection if you want to see those. I've done a whole different video swatching the entire range of the Pro Reds from Freedom. But this one is a little bit deeper, which I quite like for the colder months, which I think we can officially say we're in now, can't we? The next one I've been wearing a lot in my own videos recently, and lots of people have commented on it, and it is the Pro Now 120, which is much deeper. It's almost kind of a brown, it's like a burgundy. I don't know, you could even say this was like a masala, colour of the year kind of colour. Both very, very creamy, not entirely opaque. So they have got a slight kind of translucent kind of sheen almost to them. So if you prefer something that's somewhere between a sheer and an opaque, I don't even know what I would call it, but it does kind of require a little bit of building up if you want something more opaque, but you then also have the option of it being a little bit more sheer. So I wear them as built up as I can get them, but you do have another option there with those formulas. The next one is the one I'm wearing right now, and it is the Pro Butters Lip Gloss in TGIF. Now, in the melts versus butters video, I did say I definitely prefer the melts. They are my personal preference because I prefer a liquid lipstick that feels like it's going to stay on all day. However, the more I wear these butters, the more I think they're not quite what I thought that they were. They're very, very thin, and they're almost like a stain. They set quite quickly to a stain. And they're not particularly glossy. So if you like something that looks a little bit more like a wash of colour and is very, very comfortable on the lips, these may be slightly edging out the melts for me because they do wear pretty well, but there's no tackiness at all. There's really hardly any residue because they're so thin. But once they set and they're not super glossy anymore, which in fairness, they're not really super glossy to begin with, but once that kind of shine dulls away, you are left with a very, very thin wash of colour, which can be quite bold, which is what it looks like today. I mean, you wouldn't think that that's what that would look like. You would think this would be a much, much deeper colour on my lips, but it's not. I think these may just be edging out. You know, there's definitely something in each of them that I really, really like. So that's what I'm wearing today. The next one is a nude. The nudes were really difficult to narrow down, but this is the one that I chose because it was a little bit deeper, and the colour it's the Pro Bear 115. I keep wanting to swatch, but I know I've already done that. I still would like to see some more brown, kind of taupey nudes come out, so fingers crossed that will happen. But this is one of the darkest ones that you can get for right now, and again, it's not too opaque. The nudes are actually really, really nice for that. I think they're a little bit more universal than your average nude because they are quite sheer. You're not going to get a really, really opaque, oh my goodness, like concealer lipstick kind of nude. It's going to kind of adapt to your skin tone and what your own personal lip colour looks like, and so they are a little bit easier to wear and a little bit more, like I say, a little bit more universal because of that. And the last one, I thought this was going to be my favourite, and as I've been wearing them, I'm like, I still really like it, but that Pro Butter is definitely leading the way right now. It's the Pro Melt in D-REAM, which looks like this. This is a really gorgeous nude. It's one of those ones that I was never going to pick up, but it's ever so slightly rosy. In here, it kind of just like looks like, you know, the average orangey, yellowy nude almost, which is not always the most flattering nude on all skin tones, especially super pale people like me. But it's actually got quite a rosy, flattering colour to it. So if you were a little bit nervous of it, I'd definitely give it a go. And I just love, these are so opaque. These are so like, just a huge hit of saturated colour. I really, oh, I don't know. I can't decide. The more I talk about them, the more I'm like, do I like this one? Do I have to pick a favourite? No, I don't feel like I do. I've just told you 5 that I really like, but I can't tell you for sure. The melts butters debate continues. But if you want to see that video, again, it's available. It was a little bit of a back and forth between myself and a friend about which one was best. And I felt like I knew, and I just don't know anymore. I don't know. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. I'm going to be doing a few different categories. If you have a particular one you'd like to see, then let me know. I think the next video will be blush, but not the blush in this series. I'm going to show you the blush palettes because that's been so highly requested. I'm just going to kind of swatch them for you and give you a little rundown of what I think of them, etc. Because so many people have asked for that, and I've just been putting it off because I really wanted to give them a good try and tell you what my kind of favourites are and the different finishes and all that stuff. But yeah, in the meantime, check out all of the videos, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!